My husband dragged me to the gala to impress the new owner. "Stay in the back. Your dress is embarrassing," he hissed. When the billionaire arrived, he ignored my husband's handshake. He walked straight to me, took my hands, and whispered with tears in his eyes, "I've been looking for you for 30 years. I still love you." My husband dropped his glass. The shattering glass got attention from half the ballroom. The waiter rushed in with a cloth. My husband, Roderick, was on his knees picking up shards he had no idea what to do with. I was looking up at Cassius, who I had not seen since I was 19 years old. He had a beard now, gray at the temples, the same eyes, the same way of standing very still when he was trying not to feel something in public. I had thought he was dead. I had been told he was dead. My father had told me, the morning after my 19th birthday, that the young man I had been planning to leave with had been killed in a car accident on the highway out of town. There had been a small newspaper notice my mother had cut out and shown me. The notice had no body. The notice had no funeral. The notice was, I now understood 30 years later, written by my father on his own typewriter. Cassius and I had met when I was 17, working summers at the lake resort his uncle managed. He had been the dishwasher. I had been the front desk girl. We had spent a summer learning each other and 2 more loving each other across the 4 hours of distance between our college towns. My family was the kind of family that summered at that resort. His family was the kind of family that worked it. My father, a regional banker, did not see a future in the dishwasher's son. The plan had been simple. We would marry the week I turned 19 and move to the city where his uncle had a job lined up for him at a shipping company. I packed a single suitcase. I left it under my bed. I waited for his call. The call never came. The next morning, my father sat me down with the fake obituary and a glass of orange juice. I did not eat for 9 days. 2 years later, hollowed out and obedient, I married Roderick. Roderick was a junior associate at my father's bank. Roderick had a square jaw and a country club membership and a way of touching the small of my back in public that always felt like a leash. The marriage produced 2 adult children who lived 3 states away and a mortgage on a 6-bedroom house I had not chosen. Roderick had grown into a man who hissed at his wife about her dress at a gala because the new owner of his firm was a man Roderick desperately wanted to impress. The new owner had purchased Roderick's company 11 months earlier through a holding entity Roderick had not been able to trace. Roderick had been writing thank you emails into a black inbox for almost a year. Cassius was that owner. Cassius held my hands and did not let go. He said it loud enough for Roderick to hear. "Adeline." I never stopped looking. He turned to Roderick, still on his knees with the glass shards, and said calmly, "You are released from your position effective Monday. My HR director will be in touch about your separation package, which will be calculated under the morality clause in your contract, the one you signed last March." Roderick stood up slowly. He had cut his thumb. He did not seem to notice. Cassius turned back to me. "Your father told me you were engaged. He showed me a fake announcement. He had 2 men drive me to the county line and told me if I ever tried to contact you, my mother's restaurant would burn down." I believed him. I left. I built a life on the assumption that you had moved on. 6 months ago, my private investigator found an envelope in your father's safe, 41 letters, all addressed to you, postmarked between 1995 and 1999, none opened. He pulled the top letter from his jacket pocket. The envelope was yellowed. The handwriting was his. I sat down. I did not stand back up for an hour. The next morning, Cassius's attorneys delivered the full envelope to my front door. My father, 83, did not deny anything. He sat in his recliner and said he had done what was best for the family. My mother cried in the corner. I drove to a hotel that afternoon. I have not been back to Roderick's house. The separation paperwork was filed within the week. The morality clause, it turns out, also covered conduct unbecoming, which is what 15 years of staff who had heard Roderick speak to me at company events were willing to put in writing. Cassius did not propose. He did not need to. He bought back the lake resort and rebuilt the dock where we used to sit. We have dinner there on Sundays. Sometimes we just sit on the dock and do not speak.